Hello everyone. Thank you for supporting these colossal online courses. I'm your instructor. My name is Kazeo. Nice to meet you all. Okay, I know that most of you guys don't know who am I. I'm actually a lecturer from Claz'room College. I've been working there for 7 years. Okay, it is an honor to do these online courses. Okay, thank you Classroom and Colossal for giving me this chance. Personally, I'm a freelance illustrator. I kind of work freelance when I have time. Even way before I joined Classroom, I was a freelancer as well, at least for 3 years. Due to the schedule is much more tight than previous, I kind of not planning to take much commission in the near future. Most of the project I have of freelance, mainly come from a local publisher, Pelangi. If you are one of Malaysia's citizens, you have been to popular shop before, eventually you will find some novel cover that actually drawn by me. And I also did some freelance for overseas as well, like some Taiwan and China mobile game. But I don't really know that where most of my artwork went up to, because I don't really go and search for them. And personally, I think most of you guys know me because I'm one of the guest artists for Comic Fiesta last few years. I didn't have any awards of my own, just a normal average person who struggled to live for the next day. Okay, so this is one of my artworks. Okay, the one which is much more recognized by the public one will be the pieces on the right side. Okay, although both of it is actually an illustration for Comic Fiesta. Okay, if you ever been to Malaysia Comic Fiesta in 2022, okay, eventually you will notice this illustration is the official illustration for that year. Okay, and then personally, I also draw some random stuff. I don't really limit myself of doing what kind of art style. Okay, I just go with the flow. Okay, whenever I feel like to draw paint over, I just paint over stuff. Okay, whenever I want to draw something which is look a little bit more tidy, and then I'll just go for cell shade kind of style. I also like to do line art. As long as pretty stuff, I like to draw it. Yeah, I also draw pretty boys, handsome guy, and also pretty girl, just like any other typical artist, I guess. And then I also like to draw some localized stuff. The one on the left is Deepavali, okay, and then the one in the middle is a illustration to celebrate Malaysian National Day. Mix and match different element from our races. I also like to draw local school uniform. The main thing is like I like to see this kind of fictional character interacts. Okay, so about our course introduction. Okay, so first of all is the introduction. So basically, the video that you are watching is considered as the introduction already. The second one will be a beginner mindset. Okay, which mean what kind of mindset you need to have when you want to become an illustrator or you want to become an artist. And then the third one will be anime illustration aesthetic. So I'll be talking about what kind of basic aesthetic you will have for most of the anime style out there. Okay, and then the fourth one will be software introduction. Going to show you guys around the paint tool side too. Okay, and then some brush and tools as well. And then the fifth one will be the element of color and value. Basically, the fifth one is the basic element that forms an art. Okay, so just go for some very basic stuff, some basic knowledge to begin a drawing. And then 6 will be light theory, how light and shadow are important to creating forms. Okay, and then 7 will be basic shape practice. So once you understand the light and shadow theory, eventually you can practice on the next video. So I will be providing some light art for you guys to practice. Okay, and then the 8th one will be the basic of imitate. Yeah, there are a few ways of imitation you can do. Probably you're going to start your sketches over here as well. And then the 9th one will be line thickness. Probably will be using the sketch that you have before and then applying line. And then I'm going to share about what kind of things you have to take care while applying the line art. As for the 10th one will be facial feature render. So once you know how to imitate and draw, the next one will be starting to color human. Okay, so start off by color facial feature first. And then the 11th one will be color on body parts, which including muscle. And then the 12th one will be basic folding. So once you know how to color a human, and then you have to know how to render the cloth, render the foldings. Okay, we'll share about some basic knowledge about foldings. Okay, and then the theme will be different material. Okay, yeah, because our cloth won't stick with just normal fabric. It will come with different kind of material. So there is a demonstration on how to do different kind of materialistic cloth. Our theme will be much more focused on pattern and texture. I'll demonstrate how to do repeating patterns and also texture for the kimono. And then 15 will be daily props renders. Okay, besides know how to render human and clothes, you also have to know to render other different kind of props. Okay, like especially like food and flowers is some very common things that we'll probably gonna draw. And then 16 will be element render, more towards nature element, something like lightning, water, fire. And then 17 will be background render. So once you know how to create character, render character, eventually you need to blend your character into a background. So 17 is draw background, and then 18 will be blend your character into background. Then 19 will be the principal art and composition. So if you know how to render based on a reference, you kind of need to know how to like composition the whole thing by yourself. Okay, if you have different kind of element to draw in the same scene, then you need to go through this principle of art and composition. The 21 will be the finishing touches, okay, which means what kind of things you can do to make your art piece look a little bit more cooler, have a little bit more a layer of details. 21, the last one, I'll be sharing a little bit tips before we're saying goodbye. Do keep in mind that the whole course is for beginners one. So if something which is a little bit too complex, I'm not gonna be mentioning over here. Okay, so basically what you see over here is the things I will demonstrate in the video. So over here you can see there are basic forms, and then there are sketches, and then there are line art, and there are basic render, and also render on cloth, render on food, render on different reflective stuff or even transparent stuff, and also drawing full body size human. Some of it they already have the line art, and there are some basic color. It was already ready for you to use, so you don't have to like start from scratch. Like just now mentioned, you can draw your character blend into background. I will also demonstrate how to draw different element and background. In the end, you're gonna see how the art piece will be rendered from start to zero. So basically, there are some material I've prepared for you guys, like the working PSD files, okay, along with the sci file as well. You kind of can directly start halfway. Okay, if you want to skip certain kind of practice, you want to have a base that's already there, you want to start render, it's already plenty of PSD you can use. For the slide and notes, I'll also give you guys as well, okay, but it's in PSD form. A brush that created during demonstration, I will also provide for you guys. So basically, that's the thing I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to introduce some useful website. So basically, I'm not sure about how every artist do, but I mean, for most of the artists I know, we kind of like search our reference through Pinterest and Pixiv. Okay, although sometimes was from Google as well, but Pinterest is much more convenient, is because like once you saw one picture that you like, when you press in, it kind of bring you to another picture. So you can kind of continuously find more of related picture that you want. So it's considered a very convenient platform to search for reference. Another one is Pixiv.net, is where most of those Japanese artists was held at. Yeah, probably when you're in there, you kind of, same as well, you can kind of search one person artwork, and then you try to look his collection, and then you can find out what kind of artwork he's been collecting or like, or save it as favorite. From there, you can know more of the artist. I mean, of what kind of art that each other artists follow. Yeah, basically you can find a lot of amazing artists there. Maybe search through the daily ranking and such. And then if you are a person who like to explore on different kind of brush, although this brush is not for Paint to Side too, but if you are a person who use Photoshop, basically you can search for more kind of brush resource in this website. If you want to use it for different kind of purpose, and you wish to look for copyright-free image, basically this tool is the place for you to go. They even thought it will be slightly challenging if you have a very specific things to find, but at least you patient enough, or you kind of use different kind of keywords, eventually you will still find the things you want. It's just that, like what I said, everything inside is copyright-free. If you want to find anime art inside, it would be kind of hard. Yeah, but for study use, I guess using these two websites is kind of cool. And like even for myself, most of the picture I find is from these two as well. Without further ado, let's begin our first lesson.